Understanding bump-up CDs and how they work. A certificate of deposit, or CD, is an investment product that pays a high yield. You just have to leave your money untouched for a full term until it matures. It's a simple concept, but CDs come in different types, including bump-up CDs. So what are bump-up CDs? Unlike most CDs, bump-up CDs let you bump up your interest rate during the term. The trick is to pull that trigger when interest rates are highest. There's usually a minimum initial investment, which could be up to $100,000, and a fixed interest rate until you bump it up to a higher fixed rate. Of course, you'll have limitations on how many times you can do that, so it's important to be strategic in your timing. When your CD reaches maturity, you'll have a few options. You can choose to cash out your CD, deposit the funds in savings, renew it for another term, roll over your money into a new CD, or build a CD ladder with different maturity dates. So then, who are bump-up CDs suited for? They appeal to a range of people looking for a lower risk investment. Conservative investors like CDs because their money is protected and rates don't go down. Long-term savers like the ability to build their savings over several years. Diversified savers use CDs for stability while also investing in high-risk stocks or bonds. And interest rate optimists like to capitalize on rising rates with the bump-up option. Many people ask, can I increase my interest rate on a CD more than once? And that depends on the terms of the CD. Most bump-up CDs only let you increase your rate one time during your term. But some bump-up CDs let you increase your rate twice. Those usually have a longer term, like 4 years or more. Here are some bump-up CD advantages. First, you have the flexibility of increasing your rate during the term. That means you can take advantage of rising interest rates in the market. Your rate won't drop even if market interest rates go down. And most CDs are federally insured for up to $250,000 per account holder per bank. Now for some bump-up CD disadvantages. Because you get to increase it later, you'll often start with a lower interest rate. Bump-up CDs also typically have a longer term of at least 24 months. It's difficult to time your rate bump with peak interest rates. And like most CDs, it has low liquidity because of the set term. Of course, you do have some alternatives to a bump-up CD. A regular CD or traditional CD may have a lower minimum deposit requirement, but also a lower APY. A high-yield CD gives you a higher starting rate than a bump-up CD, but that APY is locked in for the full term. A variable rate CD fluctuates with market conditions, so you can't control when it goes up or down. A step-up CD also involves rate increases, but they happen on a predetermined schedule instead of when you choose. A no-penalty CD or liquid CD is the only type that doesn't charge an early withdrawal penalty if you take out money before the term ends. And a high-yield savings account offers similar interest rates to a CD, but you can access your money whenever you like. So here's the bottom line. Bump-up CDs offer advantages and disadvantages compared to other types of CD. They give you more flexibility to leverage rising interest rates, but they're not set-it-and-forget-it products like other CDs. And you won't have access to your money until it matures. So it's important to understand the full scope before you make a final decision.